did you learn in South Africa about race?
Well, they were just coming out of apartheid. I mean, 22, I think when I moved there, apartheid had been done for 22, 23 years. I think now they're probably on year 26, 27, 28 maybe. So people were still pretty clear, that, racism is wrong. We don't want to be racist. And yet whites live here, blacks live here, coloreds live here.
Which people didn't want to be racist, at least publicly?
I think publicly no one wanted to be racist.
Okay.
I think that it was kind of like in LA, when I was growing up, we would have certain comments. Well, that's how white people are. We weren't racist. We were just telling the truth.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
White people are a certain way often.
But
everybody's got to be something.
Everybody is a little bit of a certain way. And so what I saw was, it wasn't that people wanted to be racist or have this heart of racism, but I think there was just a lot of carryover. People weren't, at that time, people weren't so divorced from these ideas, so when you look at like schooling, you have Black schools and Black children going to school in the township. You have colored communities and colored kids going to school here. And then you have white schools, and which are now called, I think, Model C schools. And even though there's been integration and students can come and attend white schools now, which are definitely the better schools, there's still a lot of hiccups and issues with getting kids into schools. And so, they would say, well, we're open, we're not being racist, but then there's a whole mountain of issues in order to get a child into a school that would be a better school. But I think it happens on all sides, and it's just because this is the only thing that we've really known there, the only thing that they've known. And so you have these different forms of conversation. Just a couple years ago, there was a whole issue with the universities and like translation. So the University of Stellenbosch is an Afrikaans speaking school, and I'm not sure if that's changed, but at that time it was. And so some students who didn't speak Afrikaans needed to have headsets and have translation and things like that for some classes. And there was like issues with, well, they didn't say this in my headset, whatever the professor's saying didn't get translated into the headset. The difference is with how Black students were treated versus colored students versus white students. I think that, America would complain about issues of racism, but I think in South Africa, it was just so real. It was tangible. Like, I can see it. It's not like you're not moving into this neighborhood, and it's not redlining. It's not, anything. It's just, you're not like, Now, America, I think by and large, we've done well to take those things off of paper. And so we have to deal with the heart issue. In South Africa, I feel like it's just a known reality. Like, this is just, if you live in Paradise Kloof, this is a white area. Or if you live in Dazalza, that's a white area. And that doesn't mean that Black people can't move in. But traditionally, I feel like Black people live with Black people and colored people live with colored people. And, and you'd also see sprinkled throughout, places where that isn't necessarily true. Nothing's 100%.